One of the most dangerous times for security agents and their clients to be killed or injured is when they're entering or exiting vehicles. So today I thought I'd review some video footage of A$AP Rocky and Rihanna, Jamie Foxx, the Vice President of Argentina, and even the Pope as they were entering and exiting vehicles and the security breaches that were there, how they could have been prevented, and stress the importance of being vigilant as security operators when entering and exiting vehicles. And as I was watching this A$AP Rocky video, I noticed a few things. Number one, either the security were club bouncers who were made to wear suits and ties at this particular venue, or number two, that these were Rihanna and Rocky's security, but they did not know what they were doing, or number three, that they were Rocky's and Rihanna's security and they knew what they were doing, but they failed to communicate. Which leads me back to number two, they probably didn't know what they were doing. As I said earlier, the most vulnerable time to be killed or injured is when you're entering and exiting vehicles. As you see, the security agent walked up to the door, he pulled the door didn't open. Rocky then in turn pulled the door opened, and he got in. First of all, this client should never have to touch the door. That is the security agent's job. The security agent failed to do his job there. He also failed to communicate with the driver, giving him the heads up that we were coming out. Now that, if absent radio, you can still make that communication with a text message or a quick phone call, slide to the side. Hey, we're coming out in 2 minutes. That's not difficult to do. And whoever the driver was not paying attention. It's also important not to have homeboys or friends or whoever you know to drive vehicles for important people. The people who drive vehicles should be certified drivers. They should know exactly what to do, how to do it, how to get out of certain situations, and what to look for. Obviously, this person was probably on his phone and definitely not paying attention. If this was an incident where somebody was after the talent, who were after Rihanna or Rocky, or there was an emergency situation that they couldn't get in, which means that they couldn't get away, which is a huge problem for people like me who work in the protection world.
Right here. There's one right here. There's one picture.
What's up, Justin?
Now, this video of Justin Bieber is just another example of security not knowing their job, security not doing their job, and security not communicating. If this agent knew that Justin Bieber was coming out, he should have communicated that to the driver. But I'm probably thinking that he was the driver as well as the security agent, which is a definite no-no. And I only surmise that because he was patting his pockets looking for the key. And in addition to that, he had his hands full, so if something did happen, he couldn't protect Justin or none of the people that was in his entourage.
Jamie. They love Django. They love Django.
Now, in this video with Jamie Foxx, it was clear that he had three agents. Two with the black suits on and a tall guy with the jean shirt on and the baseball cap. Now, that guy seemed to be the most knowledgeable as he tried to stop people from approaching Jamie as they came from the different directions. Now, the two guys in the back were lost. Now, normally the guys in the back, either to the left or the right, is the detail leader, and he calls the shots and he's responsible for the protection. Now, I noticed that because the two guys in the suits weren't paying attention, that people were able to slide in between Jamie and get autographs and take selfies at will. The other thing that I observed in this Jamie Foxx video is that he came from in between the two SUVs, which is an indication that he probably sat on the wrong side of the right vehicle or the right side of the wrong vehicle. Now, for everybody who's in the protection industry, who aspire to be in the protection industry, you should know that the principal or the client always sits on the passenger side rear seat, and that is known as the boss seat. And simply because the agent wasn't sitting in the right place, the client wasn't sitting in the right place, and the other two agents weren't paying any attention to what was going on, the people were able to slip in there, take their selfies, which if they had other intentions could have been a tragic state of affairs. In this video, you see no shortage of security personnel with the Pope as he walked from the building to his vehicle. Yet and still, this small little lady was able to slip through 5 trained security agents and grab the Pope's hand just as he sat down in the car. Now, the problem with this video is that the security agents were looking at the Pope as opposed to turn outwardly and looking at the crowd from a 360 perspective. Now, if this lady was so determined to get to the Pope and grab his hand for a prayer, what would she would have done if she was determined to get to the Pope and kill him? In this video, French politician Eric Zemmour was exiting his vehicle with his security when someone walked up to the security and stuck out his hand for the security to shake. The security then shook the man's hand. Simultaneously, someone cracked Mr. Zemmour over his head with an egg, and then the security was out of place, and you can see some of them wrestling with the man on the ground, but the person who was in charge of Mr. Zemmour's close protection wasn't even aware where Mr. Zemmour was. We have to be aware of distractions. When the man stuck his hand out to be shook, it created the opportunity or the diversion for the man to hit Mr. Zemmour in the head with the egg. But what if the man's actions were more sinister and he decided to stab or to shoot Mr. Zemmour?
Right here. There's one right here. We just one picture.
What's up, Justin?
Now, this video of Justin Bieber is just another example of security not knowing their job, security not doing their job, and security not communicating. If this agent knew that Justin Bieber was coming out, he should communicate that to the driver. But I'm probably thinking that he was the driver as well as the security agent, which is a definite no-no. And I only surmise that because he was patting his pockets looking for the key. And in addition to that, he had his hands full, so if something did happen, he couldn't protect Justin or none of the people that was in his entourage. Now, this last video is of Christina de Kirchner, the vice president of Argentina. Now, as Ms. de Kirchner was getting out of her car with her security and walking through a crowd to get to her home, a man pulled out a handgun, pointed it at her face, pulled the trigger, but the gun did not fire. Now, part of the reason this happened is because the security was not aware of his surroundings at all. The other part is because I believe that proper advance work was not done. If the security knew that these people were outside of the house before they got there, maybe they would not have gone to the house at that time, or maybe they would have found an alternate way to get her into the house, or thirdly, they would have called more resources to help escort her into the house because what they had was out of their control. So again, when you're getting in and out of vehicles, it is important to be vigilant, even hyper vigilant. Also, to do your advance work before going and coming to locations, and to know that the doors need to be unlocked and you need to be communicating with your whole security team. If you like my content and you want to see more, please do me a favor, like, share, and comment on my videos, and remember to subscribe to my channel. It's the way I see it with Melvin Key, the security czar. I'm out.